Hi lovely people, welcome to today's video. So in our busy lives, I feel like self-care is such an important part of our lives. So today I'm going to be discussing a few self-care things with you, a few self-care habits that I really enjoy, that add value to my life, that have, I feel like, really improved my life and that might end up improving your life as well. Some of the things on my list today are true habits or things that I do every single day. Some of the things are things that maybe I just do when I feel like I really need them. So maybe less sort of a true daily habit, but still something that I have in my toolkit to make me feel better if I need it. Some of the tips that I will be sharing today for you are things that I'm sure you already know about. Some of the habits might be a little bit less conventional, so yeah, keep watching if you're interested to hear about those. So without further ado, grab your favorite drink. I have my tea here and let's get into this. So with my tea in my hand, actually that brings us to my first self-care habit that I started in order to improve my life, and that is drinking high quality, specifically loose leaf tea. So I'm a huge tea drinker, always have been since I was a kid. I just love tea. It's so comforting for me. It's just delicious. I love it. And I definitely notice a difference between higher quality and lower quality teas. I actually just get a lot more joy from drinking one loose leaf tea, but also a slightly higher quality teas. I'm someone who reuses like a single bit of tea basically. Like the same leaves for multiple cups of tea. I just re-pour a couple of times. I know some people love doing this, some people absolutely hate it. And I've noticed that by doing that, using a higher quality tea, your experience is going to be a lot nicer. Also, there are so many benefits to drinking tea. And yeah, for something that I use so regularly, I feel like for me it's very much worth it to go for a nice high quality tea. And with drinking high quality teas, I also wanted to quickly touch on matcha. Matcha is, first of all, so good. I absolutely love the taste of it, but it's also filled with antioxidants, which is really good for your body, for your health. And I feel like matcha gives me a little bit of an energy boost that I might want in the morning or throughout the day without giving me the uncomfortable, almost like anxiety-like feelings that coffee might give me. So let's make a cup and then move on to the next one. So I'm going to sit here and sip on my matcha, which I love. You know I love it if you've been following for a while we're talking about the next habit that I implemented in order to improve my life. Let me take a sip. And that is journaling. So I already did a video on journaling specifically and how it can improve your life, as well as I think a blog post. But I also want to touch in this video on journaling. There's a few different ways that I have implemented it into my life in order to improve it. So the first kind of journal that I use, and this is a journal that I use every single day, that I love and that has very much improved my life, is a 5-year journal. So I'm now on my 3rd year of using this, and I write in this every single morning. It's part of my, I guess, my little meditation routine. If you've seen any of my morning routine videos, you'll have seen me use this for sure. And basically I just write a little bit about the previous day, and I also get to read back what I did that day, like the years before, and it's been so nice. And just looking back at the growth that I've been able to go throughout the years is beautiful and such a nice thing to look back on. This is one of the little things where you can really see from like a day-to-day basis, a year-to-year basis, how much you grow and it is so valuable. So I highly recommend you start doing something like this. Then a different kind of journal that I use often would be my bullet journal. I again did a video on this, so I have that linked for you. This is basically where I plan my life. My entire life is in this book. I would be lost without it, I feel like. Throughout the years, I've slowly adapted the system to really work for me. And this is what keeps me on track with my goals, appointments, anything really. And there's also a just regular like journal. I don't write in this anymore super often, but this I really just like to write in if I feel the need to kind of put pen to paper and empty out my mind. If I want to word vomit, if I want to process through something, it is so nice to have just a journal for that as well. And then the third or fourth, I guess, journal that I wanted to share with you is this one. I don't think I ever shared this journal before with, well, probably anyone. Maybe my partner knows about it, I don't know. This is basically what I call my like happy vibes, good vibes journal. This journal is not something that is ever meant to be seen by anyone. But this is something that I just use when I feel like I really need it. If I'm feeling down, if I'm anxious or anything like that, this is the journal that I grab. And in this journal, what I do is basically, come with me for a moment. Let's tell you right there. This book is everything's falling. I take that book out. This book is the most valuable book that I probably ever read. I know that's a strong thing to say, but that's how I feel like about this book. And my bookshelf as well, because it's completely falling apart without the book. So this book is, well, the Dutch version, as you can say. I'll have it linked for you in both the English and the Dutch version if I can find them. It is by Esther and Jerry Hicks. The English title is The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent. So basically this book is pretty much all about manifestation. I do believe in this. In here are a lot of exercises basically to help you raise your vibrations, your positive vibrations, to attract the things that you want in your life. If I am feeling super down or anxious, the exercises in here are almost guaranteed to help me to get at least a little bit out of it. So I will do one of these exercises and I will do them in that little journal I just showed you. Whether you are doing something like this or maybe even just writing down some positive affirmations or whatever, something to lift your mood basically. I feel like that's such a valuable tool to have in your self-care toolkit, I guess. So, like I said, it's not something that I use every single day by any means, but it is there when I need it, and it's done a lot for me. I'm not going to lie. It's done so much for me. A little good vibes, positive vibes journal is something that has been unexpectedly valuable for me in my life, and that's really helped me. Guys, my chat is just so good. Welcome to my couch. Something else that I do every single day, and I actually really notice a difference if I don't do it, is meditate. I meditate every single day. Again, if you've seen any of my morning routine videos, you'll have me see do this, and it is such a helpful habit for me. So meditation is something that really helps me to put me in the right frame of mind for my day. It helps me to process through things, and it is a very big part of my morning routine. Not big as in the time that it consumes, because actually even just 5 minutes makes such a difference. Usually my morning meditations are like 5, maybe 10 minutes. Usually not much longer than that, and that is perfect for me. It's enough to really center me and to help me calm down and just be in a good mindset for starting my day without feeling like it's daunting because it just takes so much time. But honestly, even just 1 minute, even if you just spend 1 minute in silence with yourself, that's going to be 365 minutes at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, that means that you have meditated for a little over 6 hours throughout the year if you just do 1 minute a day. So even those little minutes, they add up. It's mostly something that I really notice if I don't do it nowadays because I am so used to doing it. I've done this for years, honestly. I don't even remember when I started this. I do know that I have been doing this for over a year for every single day because I keep track. So I've not missed a day in like over a year. I highly recommend trying it out. Even just try it for 1 minute. See how you feel afterwards and see if it's something that adds value for you. It definitely does for me. And then while I'm seated here, let's also chat quickly about something else that I tend to do after my meditation usually, and that is learning something new. So I feel like doing something just for you, not because you have to, learning something new, working on a skill on a daily basis is such a beautiful thing to keep your mind sharp, but also to kind of feel accomplished every single day in just even a small way. For me, it's been learning French these past few years. I've been doing that through an app called Duolingo. I just used the free version. There is also a paid version if you are interested in that. But yeah, it gives me that little boost of feeling accomplished every single day. And that actually goes a long way in feeling like I take care of myself. Take care of my brain and my intellect, I guess. Just working on a skill is something that you may not necessarily think of when you're thinking of self-care, but I feel like can actually be a very big part of taking care of yourself. Welcome to my bed. The next self-care habit that I wanted to share with you is a newer one for me for sure, and also something that's maybe not as conventional. It is using a mat of nails. So this specific one is by Vilo. If you are interested in knowing more about these mats, about the benefits for your health in using these mats, I actually have a guest blog post on my blog. So I'll have that linked for you if you're interested in learning more about them. But this is such an interesting little thing. So since getting this mat, I've been using it, I want to say maybe like 3 or so times a week. I don't use every single day, but I have noticed that I actually, when I do use, I use it right before going to bed, that I tend to have a better night's sleep. I don't know if that's placebo or if it's like actually because of the mat. I don't really care, because as long as it helps, whether it's placebo or not, I am perfectly happy with the results. I mean, you really need to get used to this. It's basically like a little bit of a massage, but it's both really uncomfortable, and also when you lie on top of this thing, it's like, oh my gosh, that feels nice, but oh my gosh, that's so uncomfortable. It's the weirdest feeling. I have been really enjoying this. It's so weird. Like, these things are sharp. These are sharp little spikes. So I've especially noticed a difference in my sleep. I also feel like it helps me release stress in my neck, shoulders, my back, which honestly are the parts that lay on top of this thing, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's been a really weird but really nice little self-care moment every time that I go and lay on this thing. I will either listen to a podcast, I may watch a YouTube video or read a little bit. So I will kind of do something else while I lay on top of this thing. Usually I'll do like 15 to 20 minutes. So far that's been feeling like the perfect amount for me. They recommend, I think, starting out with maybe like 5 minutes when you're not used to doing this. Also, they recommend wearing a thin t-shirt the first time that you try this, because these things are sharp. They really are. I actually noticed that I wasn't feeling too much with a t-shirt on, so I just do this with my bare skin. Bare skin on the spikes. It's intense, but it does something. It really, really does, and it's so interesting how that works. I'll have that blog post linked for you as well as the mats if you are interested in trying this out for yourself. I do recommend this, but it's been a really weird and kind of nice part of my self-care like habits, a multiple times a week habit, I guess, in this case. So just wanted to share that with you. So the next thing that I wanted to touch on for you is right when you wake up in the morning, get some sunlight on your face. And this is really going to help you wake up, and it's going to help you a lot with your circadian rhythm, which, if you don't know about it, is your natural clock. Basically it's the rhythm in your body that decides like, hey, now it's daytime, it's time to wake up, and at evening that makes you feel sleepy and helps you to fall asleep. It is part of your hormone cycle and all that. It's very complex and super interesting actually to look into if that's something that you're interested in. But getting some sunlight on your face, or even just some daylight on your face as soon as you are able to, is really going to help jumpstart that for your day. It's going to help you get more energy for your day. It's going to help you to wake up, and it's going to be something that's actually a really nice relaxed way of waking up, rather than maybe grabbing your phone or anything like that. Just try and go outside as soon as you're able to. Now, we got a dog this year, which means that since I'm the one doing her morning walks, I pretty much go outside in like the first half an hour after I wake up, and it's been so nice. Having a dog actually forces me to do this. Before we got her, I would actually sometimes go and stand in like the open window, or go out on the balcony and get a little bit of light in that way. But this doesn't have to be long, even just a few minutes, even just 1 minute. Maybe make yourself a nice cup of tea and have that outside, or even just in an open window. Just get some daylight on your face. And of course this is going to be more difficult in the winter than it is right now in spring. As I'm filming this, going towards summer, the days are longer, which makes it a little bit easier. But as soon as you're able to, just get some daylight on your face, and this is such a mood booster. I definitely also notice when it's sunny outside that very much impacts the way that I feel for the day. It's definitely helping me feel more energized and just awake, really, which is interesting how much of an impact that really makes. Obviously, don't go overboard with this. If you are going to be out in the sun for longer, definitely protect yourself, wear sunscreen, SPF, anything like that. But just getting the daylight in is definitely a very beneficial right first thing in the morning. Welcome to my bathroom. Bit of an outfit change. I'm now in my dressing gown, in my robe, which is a beautiful linen robe, so I'll have that linked for you because I love this thing. It's so comfortable, it's nice and long and beautiful, so I'll link it for you in the description box. But that's not why we are here. We are here because Faceyoga. So this book, it's, as you can see, it's the Dutch version, and I have been using the exercises in here lately. I'm not doing all of them every day by any means. I also have not worked my entire way through this book yet. I'm like halfway through by now, but I've been really loving this. It is so good for, well, a self-care practice. Just going to apply some serum while I'm talking to you. So if you've been following along for a little bit longer, you probably or might have seen that I like to do a little bit of like facial massage exercises every now and then. I'll usually just do so when I'm doing my skincare, and it just feels really good and rejuvenating. It's lovely. This book is by Danielle Collins. It's exercises and massages for your face to kind of help your face to keep healthy, to keep looking as fresh and young, I guess, as possible. And the exercises in here are so nice. First of all, like, what I really like about this book is that it combines traditional practices with science. So she also touches on certain researches in here. She actually explains which muscles the exercises in the book target and why you want to target them to get the effect that she's talking about. And I really like that approach. I love the approach of the more traditional exercises and techniques with the more modern science behind them and why they work. So I've been doing like a few exercises every day and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying this book and it is such a nice little self-care practice. I mean, just like you're exercising your body, why not exercise your face a little bit? It kind of makes sense in a very weird way to me. So it's a bit of a self-care practice that I've been really enjoying, and I thought while we're at it, we just do a few exercises together. So just apply my serum. I'm going to be applying my moisturizer. So we have a nice base to work with. And I mean, some of these exercises look really weird when you're doing them. So I figured we could do an exercise that I have done before and then maybe try a new one together. I feel like that would be fun. So again, for this book I'll have the Dutch version that I'm reading as well as the English version linked for you in case you're interested in it. Skincare mostly done. Let's see what we are up to. Okay, so yeah, this is a good one. So you may have noticed that my eyelids are kind of, I don't know how to say this in English, like they tend to be kind of overhanging on my eyes, which can be a little bit tiring sometimes. Sorry, is that hooded eyelids? I think that's what it's called. And this is an exercise to basically lift the eyebrows and make that a little bit less. So we're going to be doing that. Are we going to zoom you in? Feels like we're getting really up close and personal here. We're putting I'm gonna check in the mirror while I'm doing this. We are putting the fingers right there underneath the eyebrows. And I'm slowly going to be closing my eyes and keep that for 10 seconds. Okay, we're doing that 3 times in total. Last time. This is supposed to help you strengthen basically and lift the eyebrows. So the fingers are kind of giving a little bit of tension back while you're closing your eyes. And it's very interesting. It actually feels like your face muscles are really working even with such an easy, simple exercise. Was that 10 seconds? I'm gonna say that's 10 seconds. Which is so weird. And then you're following up with like a little forehead massage, because when you're doing this exercise you can, oh, it feels real close. You can really feel like the muscles around your eyes and your forehead tense up. It's so interesting. It's such a simple exercise. So I'm supposed to keep my eyes wide open and not lift my eyebrows when doing this. I feel like this looks so scary and weird. I'm also not sure if I'm really not lifting my eyebrows. I'm gonna check in the viewfinder while doing this. So this is supposed to release a little bit of the tension in your forehead that you might have built up during the exercise. And actually feels really good. So, okay. That's exercise 1 done. So all the exercises in this book take about a minute. Now let's try one that I've not tried before. Lifting the eyebrows. Let's try this. So it's supposed to release tension around your eyebrows, which reduces the chance of little stress lines between the eyebrows. And it's a lifting effect that's kind of like a temporary lifting effect. And that effect can be long-term if you keep up with the exercise that's here. So something to make sure to do is not actually like pulling up your eyebrows when you're doing the exercise, okay? We're going to kind of squeeze the eyebrows. And we are looking for the muscle like underneath the eyebrows. Keeping that for 3 seconds. And then we're going to go a little bit further. Ooh, that's dense. I can really feel that, especially in my left eye. Apparently I have some tension there. Looks kind of weird. Okay, so basically we're going to do the same thing all over again. So grabbing the eyebrow without lifting it, holding for 3 seconds and then moving along the eyebrow from the inside towards the outside. Especially here, like there's some tension. I notice I'm really feel like I'm trying to lift my eyebrows all the time, which I know is something that I tend to do because it takes away a little bit of the pressure on my eyes, because my eyes are a little bit more hooded. I feel like this is going to be a really good exercise to keep up and maybe try to help with that, so we're gonna see. So again, we're doing this for about a minute in total. I've no idea how long I've been doing this for right now. That's okay. It feels kind of sensitive and kind of good. I definitely noticed that there was some tension in my eyebrows, so I guess it's a really good exercise here. Again, really looking for that muscle underneath. Alright. So I think we're gonna keep it with that for today. So yeah, another really nice self-care exercise. My forehead and like eye region definitely feels like it's been worked. So it's so interesting how much you feel that. Like, we're always training our body to do things, but we rarely think about the face, which is so interesting. I'm sitting here editing this video and I promised myself that I would wait to try this before actually editing this video. Not exactly related, but I guess it's a self-care thing as well. Maybe more like a healthy little luxury thing. It's kombucha. So for some reason, every time that I see kombucha in the store, I really want to try it. Even though I am brewing my own kombucha, so no need for me to go and buy it. It's not necessarily the cheapest stuff to buy. It's very cheap to make it yourself though. But yeah, I thought, while I'm sitting here anyway and I have not actually finished this video, there we go, I thought we could go ahead and try this together. It smells really good. It smells so, like, it smells spicy, as in cinnamony. What's in there? Oh, that smells good. Okay, sorry, it's by Ayatana. I don't know if you know the brand. And I got this at the Lidl. Okay, let's try this. That's really good. This is giving me some inspiration for a second fermentation of my own kombucha. Gonna have to try and do like a recipe that's kind of similar to this. So good. Yes, 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 yes. Recommend, highly recommend. It's so good. Retro cola. You know what? The aftertaste is kind of cola-like. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like cola. Way healthier though. Like, this is actually healthy stuff to drink. So I'm going to enjoy this while editing this video. I guess this would be more something for like a healthy luxuries video. Affordable healthy luxuries. Because while it's a luxury, if you make it yourself, it's quite affordable actually. Let me know if you would be interested in seeing a video like that. I think it would be really fun to make that. So good. Yes. Okay, anyway. Those were the 7 self-care habits that I wanted to share with you today. I hope they were interesting for you. I know some of them are very basic, others maybe not so conventional, so let me know if you use any of these and how you like them. If maybe you are interested in trying any of these habits yourself, would love to hear from you in the comments. With that, I thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos like it. It really, really helps me out. I wish you a lovely rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Let's edit this now.